Hi everyone, welcome back to the channel. I hope you're doing well. If you're new to the channel, my name is Olivia. I have been living in Switzerland for the past 4 years, and this channel is all about sharing with you travels in Switzerland and also Swiss expat life in general. So everyone knows about the price, the insane cost of living in Switzerland and just how expensive it is to live in Switzerland. But by how much exactly? So today we're doing something interesting. We'll be going to the supermarket Migros and to do our weekly grocery shopping. Before we get started, if you have not subscribed to the channel, please support by clicking on the subscribe button and also turn the notifications bells on so you will never miss out on my updates. So without further ado, let's get going. Walking to the supermarket now. So that's the Migros supermarket. If you see a 2M at the front of the shopping mall, it means that this is a jumbo sized Migros, which means that it's a big one. And usually the normal size one is just comes with a single M, and there's also the triple M, which means that there's like a huge supermarket, probably about like 2 stories high. So this is a medium one. Very common, like in Singapore, the supermarkets are normally at the basement of the shopping centers. Always find this at the front of the supermarkets. This is something that I've only found in Switzerland. I've never seen this in Singapore, but essentially if you have a member card of Migros, you scan it and you're able to use the scanner. So every time you are putting something into your shopping cart, you just scan the barcode and it gets added into your shopping list, so you don't have to wait and queue up at the cashier. You just go and pay immediately for your groceries because all the items have been pre-scanned in advance by yourself. So this is a pretty good time saver, if I think, especially when you're on a busy Saturday. Normally outside the supermarkets you will find the recycling corner, so this is where you will recycle all of your items, and it's properly sorted, like from aluminium, LED lights. This is for PET bottles, and then even for other plastic bottles, and also for your water filters, CD-ROMs, etc. So it's just really organized, and you really have to sort in order, and it's just really convenient for people to recycle while they're doing their grocery shopping. This is at the very entrance of the supermarket. Usually you will find fruits and vegetables at this first section, and they will always put like the action items, like the sale item at the front. This is a pack of framboise, which is raspberry. It is $5.55 for 250 grams, and we also have blueberries as well. This one is myrtille, so it's $4.90. So now there's also figs in season. So the nice thing is that they always have seasonal fruits. So you can buy fruits and vegetables depending on the season of the year, and this is $3.95. There is a huge range of herbs in the supermarkets here, but they are very expensive. So look at this coriander. It's only like a small bag, only 20 grams, but this is 210 francs. And also like basil. This is not a Thai basil, it's like another type of basil, and this is 2 francs for a small pack. So it's very wide variety, but they are quite expensive. Spring onions. This is $1.95 per piece. So I think one difference is that here I don't see a lot of wet markets. Like in Singapore, you know, we get our meats, our wet vegetables at wet supermarkets, but here mostly you just do your groceries at the supermarkets. If not, you go to the farmers market on Saturdays to buy from the producers, from the farmers themselves, which are slightly more expensive, but they are really produced directly by the farmers and you're buying from them directly. My experience with tomato totally transformed when I arrived here, because I always remember back in the past, like the tomatoes that I tried in Singapore, like they're not nice because they're imported from Malaysia and it's not sweet. But the tomatoes here in Switzerland, oh my god, it's like so sweet, so juicy, and it's $2.50. Sorry, no, it's not this one. It's $2.90 for a bag of tomatoes like this, but they are so good. Now it's harvest season in Switzerland, so there is tons of grapes, and they have all like the different types of grapes. So there's the chestnut grapes, there's the Italian grapes, and also I don't know, this one is called Great Globe, but tons of grapes because it's a regional produce, and it's about $4.50 instead of 650 francs. So normally in Singapore, like I'm very used to getting sliced bread, like those gardenia bread, but here, in fact I can't even find any sliced bread here, but instead they go for freshly baked bread. I'm going to show you where is it. These are the types of bread that the Swiss always go for. Now we're used to getting this twister one. It's a very big loaf and it's $2.90. And also, hold on, and then there's also like your typical baguette, which is really much nicer than maybe the ones that you buy from Deli France. There's also another one. I think it's a Sunday brioche bread. This one is very traditional. We eat it on Sundays. So it's called the Butterzoff, and it's about $3.60. So I think they are really huge on their bread selections here, and it's very tasty. So of course, being Switzerland, there's tons of cheese. Like there's a whole section dedicated to cheese. Let's look at some of the common ones. So Gruyere, it's $3.30 here for a slice like this. And then what else do I normally get? Let me check. Like there's so many actually. And then you also can see those for the raclette. When this is quite popular during the colder months, and this is $2.40. I would say meat in general in Switzerland is very expensive. I will just show you now. Like say for this one piece of chicken, this is 17.90 francs, which is over $20 for just one whole chicken, and this is already with discount. So that's the reason why like we don't eat a lot of meat every day. Like it's not our everyday meal. We will sometimes have chicken, sometimes we have pork, but it's just not an everyday staple that we have, simply because the prices are so much higher. So for example, this piece of pork, it's about 800 grams, and this is 12, almost 13 francs, and it's already discount. We always look out for the action sign because it means that stuff's on sale, and you'll see it everywhere. So once you see this, it just means that these are items on discount. Let's take a look at the cost of this pack of chicken again. This is for a dual pack of 2. This is like sliced chicken. This is 16 francs for 700 grams. And then for mixed pork, this is a mix between pork and beef. This is 1 kilo and this is 14 francs. The usual price is 20 francs. So I'm telling you, if you're a meat eater in Switzerland, you gotta suffer, you gotta pay more because it's just more expensive. I definitely don't see this in Singapore, but here they have a lot of like dried meat, like hams. It's very popular for like apéro and for pairing with fondue. So you will see this quite often. For example, this is about 6 francs. It's the prosciutto. So this for me as a pet owner is super interesting because here they don't have like halal restrictions or something. So you know, it's very easy to find like food or bones, you know, just for dogs. So this is like a pack of dog bones. It is for dogs and for cats, and it's just 2 francs. So I don't have to go to like butcheries to get bones specifically for my dog. I can just purchase it from the supermarket. And then also you see they have other meat that is available for dogs. And one immediate difference that I can compare back in Singapore is that the fish options, the options for seafood is a lot lesser, being a landlocked country. So I mean, you have lake fish and you have like salmon, but it's just not a lot. And the fishes that we have here is also a bit different. So I don't usually eat them except for salmon, and they're a bit more pricey as compared to Singapore. So because there isn't much like hawker centers or takeout options for the lunchtime crowd, so normally near the front of the supermarkets they will have this ready-to-go section where there's a lot of like sandwiches and salads. For example, this is one typical salad that I will normally have for lunch. It didn't write the price here, but it should be about 8 francs. And then there is also like breads, like currywurst, this sort of things. And then also like pasta. This is the vegetarian section, and I feel like there is quite a good options for vegetarians. Like they have vegetable patties, they have falafel, so a good range of choice for vegetarians as compared to Singapore. So this is definitely a plus. We drink a lot of milk because we add a lot of milk to our coffee. This is the one that we normally get. It's the bio one. This is 190 francs, so every 100 ml is 19 cents. So definitely in comparison with Singapore, I remember like HL milk is about, now I think it's $6 for two. I can't remember, but definitely in terms of milk prices, it's lower here. So here we have just shelves, rows and rows of yogurt. These are the different flavors for the yogurt. I'm trying to find the plain ones, but I can't find it here. These are the ones with that flavored, and it's about below $1, so it's pretty okay. Here we have the egg section. There's so many different varieties. There's the free range ones, and there's also the cage ones. The cheapest ones are those that you find with this label under budget, so you can tell like from the packaging it's less environmentally friendly, and they are also probably imported. It's probably not from Switzerland. This is slightly cheaper. It's at $3.60 for like almost 15 of them, but we don't usually go for this one because I don't think it's as good quality. We will normally go for the organic ones. This is the one, it says Biosurf, so this is organic, and this is $7.40. I was initially really shocked at the price difference, because in Singapore most of the eggs are imported from Malaysia and they're not like this expensive, but this is grown locally and the chickens are raised in free range. This is another small Asian section, and it's quite disappointing because they don't have a lot of selections here as expected, and the price are just a lot more higher. I don't usually get my Asian groceries in Migros. I will normally get it either from Singapore, I ship it here, or I get friends to bring it over to me, or I will go to France where there is another Asian grocery store and I will do my shopping for groceries there. So sad, man. Like, look at this, like it's just one packet of Shin Ramyeon and it's almost 2 francs. So can you understand why I don't get them here? It's just crazy. Alright, so we have a Japanese section. The sushi price here is much higher here. Take for instance like this pack of sushi salmon rolls. This is 10 francs. This is impossible. And then like you have the chirashi, it's already on action price. I can't see how much is it. This is like almost $12, so now you get to know the comparison of Japanese food. That's how much this one small bag of edamame costs. It's almost 5 francs. This is why I don't eat much Japanese here. Now at like the breakfast section here, and honestly when I compare back to Singapore, I feel like the cereal section is more varied here, varied in Singapore, whereas here I don't think they are very big on cereals, this kind of like packed cereals. They are more into muesli, which I'll show you. Honestly, it's not popular here. I think it's only like for kids. If you want to get something more local, it's definitely this. So these are like the muesli. It's just like your regular breakfast porridge cereal, but this is more typical for Swiss breakfast. You can choose the organic ones, which is about $6.90, close to 7, and then the regular ones are about $5, 5 francs. And of course, being Switzerland, there is a whole section dedicated to chocolates. If you have not watched my What to Get in Switzerland video, you should check it out because I give some recommendations on types of chocolates to get in Switzerland. This is the junk food section, and honestly I feel that the Swiss are just not very big on like junk food snacks. The selections are there, but they are quite limited. Like it's just like their home brands. You won't find a lot of other brands from other countries. So these are the most popular ones. It's the Lipo chips, and they are about 3 francs. This to me is very unique because in the past I never had mayonnaise that comes in like this toothpaste tube, but I find this like ingenious because it's so easy to squeeze out. Like you don't have to use a spoon to dig out your mayonnaise. This one is 2.95 francs. This is like typical mayonnaise. Okay, so now let's go to like the health and beauty section. These are all the shampoos, and I think the prices are average here. I don't know, I honestly cannot remember the difference in Singapore. This is a regular, like a conditioner I guess. This is for 9 francs. And then shampoo as well is about 4.40. I know one thing I noticed that's for sure, that is like toothbrushes are just more expensive. Just look at, for instance, this is a random toothbrush. It's just 3.10 and it's just one single toothbrush. I think this price I could have gotten maybe 3 or 5, like a bundle pack in Singapore. So of course, being Singaporean, I need to find out how much is the cost of toilet paper, right? In case of a pandemic again. So these are all the regular toilet paper rolls. This is the soft brands, and for a roll of 6, it's 5.20. So one piece costs you about 90 cents. And then of course you can get more premium toilet paper. It costs a little bit more expensive. There's also up to 7 francs for toilet paper. I'm very sure that for parents out there, you might be interested. Okay, is it more expensive to raise a kid in Switzerland? Let's find out the price. Again, as compared to Singapore, I don't see a lot of variety. It's always just like a very limited number of brands. Here we have Pampers. This is about 20 francs for a bag of 52. Sorry, it's not a bag of 52, or is it? Okay, it's a bag of 52. And then, yeah, there's no other brands like Mami Poco, Huggies, etc. Nope. It's just a very limited selection. For milk powders, infant formulas, they look slightly cheaper than in Singapore, because I remembered like going through the aisle for infants, and like 1 tin of milk powder back in Singapore could go as high up as like 50 to 80 Singapore dollars. Here it seems okay, I'm not sure. It's about 30 francs, which okay, maybe it's about the same, I don't know. But again, yep, you don't see a lot of options, it's quite limited. So it's very common for outside the supermarkets to have like a little corner for floristry, for flowers, and I find that flowers are much more affordable in Switzerland. Like a very nice bouquet like this, it's just about 14 francs. Like come on, in Singapore, if you were to get flowers, it's easily gonna cost you like $30 or over. But here I think it's much more affordable, and then the flowers change according to the season, so it's really nice. Okay, like a nicer bouquet, then maybe it's a bit more pricey, about 25. I didn't want to film there because the person was thinking like I was suspicious, but anyway, this is the self-paying corner. So if you are just buying small items, you just go there and scan the items by yourself, and then you can check out immediately without going to the cashier. I don't know whether you can see here, but can you tell that there's a very big difference here, is that the cashier don't pack your groceries for you. They just roll it down the corner, and then you have to pack it by yourself. So that for me in the past was like, what? Like, because I was so used to the cashier packing my groceries for me all in like the different plastic bags. So when it came here and it just rolled down my items and I was supposed to pack my own groceries, I was like, oh, okay, so that's how it works here. That was quite a big culture shock for me. Another thing that you should take note of is that in Switzerland, you have to pay for the plastic bags. It's usually about 10 cents a piece. So it's to discourage you from using plastic. So usually we bring our own shopping bags, so that way we don't have to pay for the plastic bags, and it's also better for the environment. So these are all the stuff that I got from the supermarket at Migros. There are 16 items in total, and the bill adds up to 49.65. It is about 72 Sing dollars. I'm actually not sure if it's considered expensive. I think it's okay if I don't convert it to Singapore dollars. If it's just considering in Swiss prices, I think it's okay. It's not too expensive, especially if I take into consideration that majority of the stuffs that I bought are organic. So I do think that overall, when you shop in supermarkets in Switzerland, it's a bit more expensive, but you do get much more fresher ingredients, and they're all mostly organic. So we finished the supermarket tour, and I also did a calculation of how much we spend typically in a week for our grocery shopping. So based on our previous data from our shopping expenses, I think we spend normally about between 90 to 100 francs per week on groceries. So that totals up to about 360 to 400 francs per month on grocery shopping. Let me know if this is similar for you in the country where you live. How is the supermarket shopping experience like? And if you have any interesting observations or something that was shocking to you in this video, let me know in the comments down below. I would love to hear them all. And let me know too if you would like to watch other types of video related to living in Switzerland. I would love to hear your suggestions. And as usual, please subscribe to the channel if you haven't and turn the notifications bells on. And with that, I'll see you in the next video. Bye!